I had to find a keynote speaker, and I was looking for someone that will understand our technical world. We techies sometimes think very different from, can I say normal people? Is it safe to say normal people? Tony? And then I came across Tony Dovale. Tony has a technical background, so he understands all the propeller heads and introverts and clever people that write software. He did it himself for many, many years, and then he decided to unpack and develop useful tools for human technology. And that is what Tony is going to share with us this morning. So Tony, without any further ado, I'm going to hand over to you. I'm sure you are all going to leave here enriched after his talk. But before he did that when I said, Tony, your turn.
Hello, good morning. No, I didn't get up at 4 o'clock for that. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, I was worried about you. I need to get some permission from you. Do I have permission to rattle your cage and press your buttons with love? Are you good with that?
Yes.
I'm going to share 35 plus years and more than 20 million rand in time and money in 1 hour. So let's go. If you were with me in 1977, some of you weren't born yet. I was just finishing my DJ gig at Ron's Hideaway. It was 11:30. And if you came with me and we went out to the parking lot and climbed into the car, you'd climb down into the car, started the engine, idled out slowly and drove to Edenvale Roadhouse. Who knows Edenvale Roadhouse? Anybody? Some people? Parked the car. Now Edenvale's like Germiston and Boksburg, with all the racing boys and the triple S's, wheeling around. Parked right in the front. Had our burger and our cool drink, and then climbed down back into the car and reversed out. And as we were going to get onto the highway to come home in Randburg, there were like 6 or 7 cars behind me, like all following. I knew what they were. As we got near the highway, changed down and put my foot down, and I rode onto the highway. I was driving a Pantera, a huge, monstrous, latest technology machine. That was a beast. And there's one long part of the road just before you come off at Randburg, but it's long and it's flat. And I thought, let's see. I put my foot down, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300 k's an hour. I'm thundering down the highway. Not looking at the dials anymore, because I'm looking at this little road in front of me. You might say it was silly, but boy, it was exciting. My adrenaline was thundering. And I went to bed that night, having ticked off something on my bucket list. A few weeks later, that same car was blown up by one of my co-salespeople. In the middle of Randburg, doing 120 k's an hour, he popped the motor and burnt it out. How is it that I could drive this thing at 300? And he could do 120 and break it. So here's the magic for you. That management matters. A good manager can bring out the best in people. A bad manager can break people. Are you a good leader? Do you bring out the best in yourself and people? Or do you diminish and reduce and get people to be nervous and fearful? In doing the research for this presentation, I discovered a few things about your industry. And the first one is getting staff is a challenge and keeping staff is a challenge. Who works in quite a hot kitchen, long hours, high pressure, high stress, high duress? It's not here. So I want you to think about it. What percentage of your staff do you think are willing to move to a better leader, better culture, better workplace? And the second is, competition is abounding everywhere. Whether it's AI coming to take over, or alternative legal services coming to take over, or your staff becoming your competitors, There's competition everywhere. And I checked last night, there's between 1,000 and 10,000 searches a month for lawyer services. But you're suffering from a thing called ZMOT. If I have time, we'll talk about it. But there's somebody coming for your lunch every day. You've seen the guys this morning talking about technology and all of this beautiful software. Software is poetry in motion. It's art. The people that write it, it's the most incredible thing. I used to do it, but my real passion is hacking human software. How do I unleash your potential? How do we unleash your power to improve and change the world? And what I see is, whether it's in business and in industries, there's very much like a left brain, engineers, accountants, lawyers, hardcore left brain. But you're missing something. You're missing the heart. And the heart is the heart of the machine. Because it's people that perform. It's people that do the work. But if you're driving people like robots, birds of a feather flock together, and whatever our mindset is, neurons that fire together, wire together. If you're a left brain engineer or accountant or lawyer, you expect others to be like that, but not everybody is like that. So my goal is human performance technology. How do we create a happy, healthy, high-performance organization that thrives and flourishes in the ever-changing world of artificial intelligence and technology encroaching onto the human element part? And so what we know is the more high-tech we get, the more high-touch we need. We soft, mushy souls to love and be loved is our core need. And so here's your challenge, is you have potential. And out of 100%, how much of your personal potential do you think you use? 0, I'm using nothing. 10, I am flat out, red line, I can't do any more, or somewhere in between. What percentage of your personal potential do you think you're using? Will everybody please stand? Everybody, 1, 2, 3, up on your feet, and let's have a dance. So how much of your potential did you use to dance? Because there were some people like, yay, yay. One of God is now. The others are like, oh my goodness, who's watching? And why is this important? Because how you do anything is how you typically do everything. We are creatures of habit. We're unconscious. We run on automatic. If you slept at home last night, you probably got out of bed on the same side. If you went out, maybe it's a different side. But you're trying to brush your teeth with the same hand, you got dressed the same way. We run on robots. And that's because the brain automatically automates and reduces the energy load that we would like to use. Here's what this is doing to you. Is if you run on automatic, you're running on old rules, old beliefs, old values, and old behaviors. And I see some of the older people like me nodding their head. And those are constraints. So I want to show you what the world used to be like. The best in the world in the 1950-somethings in the world of racing. Because racing, they spend money. It's about the best of the best. It's down to seconds. I want you to watch a pit stop from then. Why are you laughing? You're the same. Who's read a self-development book in the last month? Look around. Less than 5%. If you're not upgrading and growing and improving daily, you're going to be a dinosaur. You become irrelevant. What's the oldest person you know alive today? Call out an age. 103. 118. 118. And this is a serious comment. What's retirement age? How on God's earth are you going to fund from 65 to 100? Don't laugh. You don't understand the tsunami that's coming. If you're not upgrading your knowledge, skill, ability, and value in the market, you are a dinosaur. You're unaware that you're running on this. You don't know that you don't know. And I see old people avoiding change and new things. It is the kiss of death. It's convenient. It's your comfort zone. It is the death zone. And my challenge for you today is to wake the frog up and embrace change, technology. My one lady that works with me, Mandy, she's saying her mom is 88, eh? She's got Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and she knows how to run the whole machine, and I'm a techie. I'm not even there. You need to make sure that you are relevant and you're upgrading regularly. So even if you have a high-performance mindset and a team, one little thing can take you off balance. You know, 300 k's an hour in the Pantera, a little wheel wobble is a very big problem. So who in your organization are the wobbly wheels? And what are you doing to bring out the best and rebalance the human element? Because how many wheels need to be out of balance? I was talking to a lady outside, I promised I wouldn't use her name, but it was one of the millennials or the X generation. She said, but she's gone now and the company's a better place. One person, 6% of a system controls the system. One negative person can smash your machine. One. And are you creating the one? Or are you enabling the one? And here's the truth. Who leads people? Who's got staff working for them? Please show hands up high. Cool. Look around to the left and look around to the right, because one of those is a bad manager. They become joking. People are promoted to a point of incompetence and they end up breaking people. I have a scale. Leadership. People that make money hurting people just because they're unaware or they don't care. There's greedership, which is just money, money, money. We'll use people. And then there's leadership of unleashing people. Who wakes up in the morning going to work to make more money for the boss because that's their dream? They wake up, good morning, God, I want to go make more money and new Ferrari for my boss. Yeah, right. And so this is the picture that I see of your workplace in my research. I wouldn't want to work in that context. The candidates get abused. Their salary wouldn't even cover my discovery medical aid. So I don't know why you're in the industry. And so there are consequences of this behavior. There are always consequences. Know this. And the consequences are burn. Crash and burn. Stress. Duress. 95% of all illness is stress-induced. Who's got a stressful environment at work? Long hours, look at that. It's long hours. You guys are the business firefighters. You're on 24/7. Unless you're doing conveyancing, then it's not that level of pressure. but you're on call. It's like never off. And I'm single looking for a new partner. I wouldn't look in your industry. She's never going to be available. It's like, 11 o'clock and you're getting lucky or happy, or it's like, excuse me, I better go, my boss is calling. It's like, no. And in doing the research, this is what I found on one of the pages on Reddit. I wished for a small accident so I could rest for a while. It is such an indictment of your industry and business. Why? I understand high pressure. Firefighters have high pressure. But sometimes it's like somebody says, because I was a candidate, I got abused and had all of those things, I'm going to make my guys go through it. And it's like initiation. I think we can do better. So let's play. What percentage of your people do you think are looking to leave? Anybody? Yes? What percentage of your staff do you think are viable to be stolen? Better culture, better money, better place, better time, better whatever. This is global research. Imagine it's only half of that. Imagine just losing 30% of your staff. And how like hell it's not the high talent, high performance, which is not, it is normally, they have more options and more choice. So if you're not looking after your people, you're going to lose them. If you're not looking after people like my sales friend, you can blow them out. Some of us don't mind stress, pressure, and duress, and we can cope with it. Other people don't have the same kind of fuse. Be a bit more conscious. And so we have some solutions for you. First of all, today you've got software around you that I've been looking at, like, this is good stuff. And if you're going to be a high-performance competitive organization, you need the latest. You cannot try and win a game in a new technology era with old technology. You're going to have to work harder, longer, running at a disadvantage. And it's probably one of the best investments you can make in leveraging and amplifying your power. But you must bring the human element, you must bring the heart into the machine. I was thinking, in my 35 years, not one law firm has ever done a strategy review that I've been part of, or a team building, or a people development process. It's like, why? What's happening there? So we need the balance of this head and the heart. Because yes, you need skills, but it's mindsets and attitudes and feelings. It's all about how do you feel. So let me tell you a story about how technology helped. My friend is in Durban. I haven't seen him. We've been friends for 43 years. He's older than me. Got a few health challenges. You know, when you get a little older, the car gets worn down on the corners. And he said, buy one of these things. It's like, yeah. I don't want to change. I'm okay, I'm fine. And then I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw Samsung Health Watch. Let's go. And the price was right. Good value. Now I'm a value hunter. So I got hold of the guy on Monday morning, did a deal, stole a watch for like less than half. Like, I'm excited to go on a date that night. One red wine, one cider, go home, and I start playing with my new toy. You know, we always like to play and explore, discover all of the new things that have been added. And I saw ECG. It's like, wow, that's amazing. So I plugged in my ECG, and it goes through, and this is what it tells me. This is like 12 o'clock at Monday night. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. On a scale of seriousness for me at that time, it was like a 1 out of 10. But the next morning I wake up and I've got a pain right across my back. It's like, yo, are my kidneys struggling from one side and a glass of red wine? Really, I'm getting old. I'm going to just fast bait. Tomorrow it'll be fine. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, eventually my back is still aching. I think you're paying Discovery's exorbitant rates. Go to a doctor. So I go to the lady, and she checks me out and does all the tests. She says it's just musculoskeletal, take some tablets. And as I'm walking out, my little brain says, remember? I said, oh, doctor, my watch said atrial fibrillation. She said, what? Down now, on the thing, all the codes on. Life hospital now, emergency. It's like, ooh, cook, seems quite serious. So get to life, but they won't let me in because she's a doctor, not a specialist. So 6 hours later, I'm eventually in Joburg Surgical, emergency, more pads on. You have atrial fibrillation. It's like, my Ferrari's been doing fine. Now what the hell's the problem in the world? Check me in. We have to scan because my D-dimer, my blood, there's a thing in your blood that is clotting. And it was 0.65. 0.5 is high. And if you don't know what's happening inside this machine, you've got a big chance of burning up and destroying it. So they said, we have to do a scan for clots, because you could have a stroke. And my friend in Cape Town had a stroke. And I've seen a few people, not fun. So they put me in, the scan the next day, and they come out and say, Mr. Dovale, everything is fine, no clots. But we found that you've got some gallstones. In fact, they're very big, they're like 9 millimeters. And we found that your PSA is a little high. And we found that your blood oxygen is going down to 77%. And you need a CPAP machine. It's like I went from being a high-speed machine to being a used wreck just about. But you see, this, if I hadn't known what was happening at that time, I would have continued my normal way. I probably could have had a stroke. Tech probably saved my life. And tech is helping me have a better. Same for your business. And so technology can help you too. The normal IT tech that's here, but then use technology for your people. Discover how they're doing. Wellness and well-being are now important parts of any organization and any machine. These people would be the best to be on your team, to give you a foundation, and then talk to us about bringing the head and the heart stuff together, because you can unleash people way, way better when you're awake and when you have tools. So let's check with you. Guys, what's your PSA score? PSA is your prostate, your propensity for cancer. Most people over 50-something, it's a big issue. If you don't know, here's my rule. If you're in my business, in my team, once a year you will do a full diagnostic. Full, everything. Top, bottom, in, out. Not always fun, but you do it. So how's your own heart and body and system doing? And how's your organization doing? Are the staff at burnout like they try wanting to have an accident? Do the people wake up in the morning and say, good morning, God? Or good God, it's morning. How are people doing? Do they love to come to work? Is there meaning, passion, and purpose? Or is it just that they're financial sluts coming for the money? So I built a machine to help you. I spent a lot of time and a lot of money to build a revolutionary workplace, because we need a revolution. And it works on 4 levels: people, teams, leader, and culture. Those are the 4 levels that you must address in any organization if you're going to build a high-performance organization. You can't address one and not the other. And so we use the Formula One, and that's why I gave you the cars. And please, I'm asking you nicely. Yesterday, the Blixams all stole the cars for their kids. These cars are not for your children. In a month's time, I'm coming to your office. If the car's not on your desk, you think I'm joking. I'm coming to the HNS in this guy. And if the car's not on your desk, it's a big penalty. And so the 4 people, performance transforms by leadership consciousness. It's people, teams, leadership, and culture. And that's why I'm giving you the card, to remind you that you need to address all 4 of those things if you're going to build a happy, healthy, high-performance team. Here's the challenge. Is when I go in and I look at something, because of my experience and expertise and investment in this business, I can see a lot more than you. You think you're seeing everything. But let's play. How many squares? Please do not talk to the side. In your own head, in your own time, tell me how many squares. Come on, if you say 16 by now, you must know that there's a little bit more. 21, 21, 21, 21. Ladies and gentlemen, going for 21, 21 anymore. 21, 21, 21, 21. How much? 22, 22, 22. Anybody has 22, 24. 24, 25, 25, 25, 26, 26. Going. 26. 17. Oh my goodness, why aren't you able, if people are already seeing 26 and you're only seeing 17. No guys, don't laugh, it's a serious thing. I'm showing you to you. I'm showing you the software that is running you. And it's not that they're bad because they don't see. They don't know that they don't know. And my goal is to wake you up with love, to be aware that, hey, maybe I've got a blind spot or 2 that I could have some help with. So how many? 30. Anybody more than 30? One of the other workshops, the guy said like 52. I said, whatever you're smoking, take it back, get your money back. And so for the 17 squares people, or 16, the answer as I'll give you in a moment. But the people that only see 16, 17, 18, they're frustrated. They want more from life. Life is what life is. It's not the problem of life, it's the problem of what's running here. And then people want more than life can give. And they're disappointed and they complain about life. But the problem, the challenge is here. So let's go. 16 plus 1. I mean, it's easy, eh? And then 2. So the 17s, did you see? Why didn't you see the 2s? So we've got 25 there, eh? 20, 21. And the 2, and the 2, and the 2, and the 2. So it's 25. Here's my challenge. I thought I was going to be with clever people. Help me count. 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 4 by 4. What's missing? Oh, I'm not too sure. 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 4 by 4. What's missing? I don't know. I don't understand why in 35 years people miss a 3 by 3. 85% of people just don't see it. And so what it shows me is you're not aware of your thinking. And sometimes you're not aware of your stinking thinking. So we know, there we go, 29 and 30. So there are 30 squares in life. But maybe you don't see it because other stuff is running you unconsciously. You might think you're a robot, but we're soft and mushy. It's the soft stuff is the hard stuff. So please don't treat your people like robots. Don't burn them out. Have some awareness of how you can, some people you can push a little more than other people. Be sensitive enough in bringing out the best of yourself. I used to be ugly to me. My internal voice was ugly. You could put me in jail for what I used to say to myself. That's the first war you've got to win is how this little voice runs inside your head. You might have people that are resilient and they can smile and be okay. And it's part of their makeup. Some people are just tough. They're born like that. But what happens if your flowers in your garden are dying? Do you go to the flower and say, hey, you flower! You're a problem! Or do you go to the garden and say, excuse me, what are you doing to these flowers? Because who has more power over it, the manager or the person? And the manager is there to manage and unleash and create a culture and a context where it's safe. I can bring out the best in me. But you do have to have the right people. So Udo, my friend, and I went overseas. We're in Spain. It's like weather like we had yesterday. It's cold, it's wet, it's raining. But now we want to get out and we walk past this construction site. And there's this guy in the rain with a little pile of bricks and he's chiseling away. So what are you doing? He says, can't you see I'm working on these bricks? I'm like, sorry. A little bit further, there's another guy, outfit in the rain, bigger pile of bricks. So what are you doing? He says, can't you see I'm building this building? Okay, sorry. A little bit further, there's a guy in the rain whistling away, chipping, huge pile of bricks, productive beyond all of these guys. And I say, so what are you doing? He says, can't you see I'm building this beautiful cathedral for my people? What do people come to work for with you? What is the meaning, passion, and purpose? The greater cause bigger than them that they are fighting for, that they are contributing their life to. And so it matters the kind of people that you employ. The growth-optimized mindset people versus the fear-based fixed mindset people. Because it's not easy to change mindset. I'll teach you a little secret. Hire for attitude, train for skill. It'll save you a lot of money just with that alone. We always employ people because it's about value. So the left-hand side is positive value to negative value. To the right is time. And this is most people, when they come to an organization, they join, they get brought into the organization, they perform, they stay for however long, a year or two, and then they leave. It's like a cycle. So the question is, how do we expand the red into the green? Because the more value that you get from your staff, the more profit you can make, the more value you can share. So it starts right at the onboarding. How do you onboard people quicker, more efficiently, more effectively? How long does it take for them to get up to speed How do we create a context that is psychologically safe, where I'm excited, where I can test and explore and crash and burn and learn and grow and fail and try again without fear of retribution? How good is my management skill? How good are our leadership skills? How good are we with the hard stuff? And are we developing our staff? And I had my computer company, I had about 35 staff. It's what I call consciously constructive. Every morning, 60 minutes training. If you didn't do the training, you didn't have a job. The extreme of that is called deliberately developmental, and people do half-day training, half-day work. I don't think we'll ever get there in this country. But you could do 30, 40 minutes of training a day, just nibble knowledge, grow, improve. You know, it's like gym every day. And then it will help you keep your talent. Who wants to keep their good talent? And they can move there. It's easy. It's opportunity. So you've probably got these kind of people. On the left is capability, and the right is commitment. So you've got low capability, low commitment. You don't want those in your team. They're the ones who are going to slow you down. They're going to be the wobbly wheels. They're baggage. You actually want to be able to find a way to move them out. In fact, you want to avoid employing them if you can at the beginning. The next part is high commitment, but not the knowledge. Grow those people. Develop them. Then you get the prisoners that are high capability, but they don't want to be there. The financial...
Say it,
Because they are going to also be the wobbly wheels and affect your performance like that one lady affected the whole organization's culture. And then you get the superheroes like you guys. But it's a small percentage of people. And so most companies, when we go in and do the diagnostics and assessments, they've got most of their people in those three zones. So we know that you need high performance, but here's what I see. Is you guys are using old technology, old tuning, old mindsets, old values, old behaviors, old fuel. When you're trying to create a high-performance machine. That technology today, if you look at it today, is profoundly transformed from the 57 that we saw earlier on. You can pretend that it's same old, and we like to talk about the past. But let me tell you, the world is changing on an hourly and daily basis. In artificial intelligence, I'll give you a little secret. Notebook LM. Go to Google, Notebook LM, it will blow your mind. I'm a techie. A month in tech is 5 years in the normal world. And it's only getting faster. So if you're going to be a good manager and good leader, yes, technology matters, but feeling and emotions and energy in motion matter the most. You might know what to do, but you're not going to do what you know because it's the fuel. That's the internal drive. If you're going to be a good manager, here's some secrets. The first part was why is this important? Now we're going to give you the how. We all have needs. Anybody here got no needs? Any robots here? We might subjugate those needs, but we all have needs. The top 4 are the ego. I was talking to somebody outside. He's a coach. He says, one of my clients, South Africa, CEO, MD, there's one guy above him and one guy above him in Germany. The guy in Germany didn't phone him for his birthday, and now he's pitchy, bitchy, wingy, whiny. It's like, really? The bottom 2 are needs of the soul, to contribute to something bigger, something meaningful beyond just make the boss more money for a new Ferrari. And growth, learning, growing, improving, discovering. And for me, that's the reason for business. Money is oxygen, but it's not the only score. If you make money, and your staff are the ones that are dying, just so that you can make more money, like the Matrix, it's like greed. The right mindset can make your people up to 7 times more valuable. The right mindset for leaders can be up to 8.4 times more valuable. Mindset matters. The challenge that you have is, do you think that elephant, who's seen an elephant at the circus? We haven't seen circuses for a while. Do you think that elephant can break away and go on a rampage? Easy. One elephant stronger than 100 men. Why doesn't it? Why doesn't that elephant break away? The pike, the American pike, put it in a glass tank, put a divider between it, put it on one side and its favorite food on this side. What's it going to do? It's going to swim and hit its snout on the glass a few times, 10, 15, 20, 30 times. Eventually it will learn, can't do, and give up. Take the glass up, the divider, the bait will swim around it, it will die. Because it has a belief system, I can't. Same as the elephant. And in humans, it's called learned helplessness. It's invisible. You won't know that you've got it until you get a fool like me that comes to try and turbocharge you and push you and discover. The reality is we never push ourselves hard enough. In weightlifting, a guy does weights, certain weight, having a coach and a manager that encourages him, 28% more. Being a manager, being a coach matters. You can unleash your people in the right way. And so psychological capital is a foundation that people need as their personal level foundation. If they don't have any of those things, and if you remember a horse, you can remember them, you're going to be trying to push an Uno to go at the speed of a Ferrari. It's not going to happen. They're going to explode. The brain is hardwired 3 times more for danger than for pleasure. And so the moment you threaten any of those things from a person, their brain tilts. Who's played pinball in school? Or after school, when we went to the Portuguese for fish and chippies, you know, the pinball, you put your money in there, like ding, ding, ding. But then you get a little over-enthusiastic and you hit it, and it goes tilt. It's like, oh. The problem is the brain goes tilt. It's not something that people can control. It's hardwired. You as a manager need to know that if I'm going to do that, I'm going to get my people into tilt. So the first part is about people that we've been talking about. The most important part is leadership, because leadership controls up to 70% of people performance. Leadership is the reason people will leave your organization. People join for the vision, mission, values. They leave because of incompetent vertical leadership and horizontal conflicts in teams. So are you a good leader? 0 to 10, how good a leader are you? Your problem is you don't have any truth tellers. You're delusional. It's like when I looked in the mirror this morning, I thought, gosh, you're doing really, really well. Have you seen those when you go to the clothing shops? They've got this mirror that makes it look like really slinky. It's like, sure, this is lekker. What you want is a mirror that says, you're fat, lose 10 kilos. The problem is we're too nice. And sometimes we need an honest mirror that says, it's only 10. You need to do 10 or 12 kilos. It's going to fix your sleep apnea, it's going to fix this, fix that. But who has an honest mirror? So this is a diagnostic we did for one of my clients. Green is good, red is dead. Each one vertical is a response for a staff member. And this leader thought that they were doing good. If you don't have an honest mirror that can show you what's happening and how you're impacting people, your own self-assessment is called the Dunning-Kruger effect. You're going to be thinking, I'm doing great. In fact, you're doing very good. You need to find ways to get feedback, honest feedback, in a psychologically safe space where you can say, excuse me, Mr. Boss, but I think we could find a better way to do this. Obviously, you want the green part, you want high performance, you want strong people, you want a team that can deliver value. What I see in your industry is people are all the way to the red side. And know that a stressed brain cognitively is impaired. High stress, low thinking, low capacity, low performance, low productivity. It's a no-brainer. It's like riding into a handbrake on. We've got some time, so I'll tell you a story. I went paragliding in Cape Town. I had my 380 SEC Mercedes. And the Cape Town people are the hooligans, the beachies, and the slappies. I'm the Joburg boy in my 380 SEC, my new paraglider. So we flew off Lion's Head, Everybody landed, packing up my glider, and I'm going to my car, and all the guys are like, wow, check this car, check. Now my significance ego is like, check me out. So now I want to be a show off and I want to wheelie out of the parking lot. So I start up this car, ram, turn my wheel, bye guys, now I'm going to leave. And on an exit, it's impressive, and I put my foot down, the car's like, but now I'm committed already, so like now I put my foot harder and harder, like, and I'm thinking, what is going on? And it was a new car that I just got. Now I forgot the handbrake on the Mercedes is over here, not over here. And as I was driving, I could smell the brakes burning. And now I'm thinking it's the car, but it's actually my stinking thinking. You have to find a new way to unleash people performance and to create a system that's optimized and you can run sustainably without burning out. I've pushed myself to burn out a few times. That's not smart. So here are some ideas that what you need to have as a foundation of being a good leader. There's a lot of things that you can do to be a good leader. But I want to share with you something a lot more relevant. Please look around because we have some drug dealers in the room. You think I'm joking? I'm serious. Look around. Point to who you think the drug dealers are. It's like Tertius guy with all of the tats. Look around. Who do you think the drug dealers are? I promise you there are a lot of drug dealers in the room here. Look to your left and look to the right. Here's the truth. You're all drug dealers. So let me explain. We have chemicals in our body, hormones and chemicals. Dopamine, which is about motivation and learning and pleasure, and it's a reward chemical. Without that, we can have the idea, but not the energy to do it. Serotonin, giving people challenges that are within their range, they stretch and they're in flow, but it doesn't get them to learn helplessness. Oxytocin, the love chemical, the healing chemical, the trust, and you've got to have a hug. If you hug me, be careful. It's a 90-second hug. It's not just a quick hi and bye. Because I want oxytocin. We get it from the connection. When a mother has a baby and you're holding your child, you build oxytocin. When you're in a relationship and you're hugging people, my friend Debbie's here. We probably, if you watch us, we're just friends, 20-year friends, but we'll have a 2-minute hug. It's a reciprocal oxytocin builder. It's that connection. People who have friends at work have lower stress levels, and they stay longer in organizations. The final one is cortisol, the stress hormone. High stress, low health. Stress exacerbates any illness. I might need an attorney because I want to sue some people for increasing my stress levels. And this is the levels that we typically see in an organization where they're low in the things that are important and they're high in the things that are damaging people. And ladies, high stress gives you wrinkles faster. I was talking earlier, and I'm busy checking, I'm like, she's talking about how long she's been, I'm thinking, you're fibbing about your age, I can't see one wrinkle, you've not been there for that long, she looks like a youngster. But cortisol is going to accelerate your age. What you really, really want is you want high dopamine. You want high serotonin. You want high oxytocin because those are the fundamental chemicals to improve the firing. And you want lower stress. And I understand stress is part of your business. But for the level that you stress up to, you need to de-stress the same amount. You cannot have ongoing probable chronic stress. It's going to damage you. It's going to burn you out and be like that guy who wants to have an accident. So here's the truth. When I did my work with the attorneys, everybody's got billing pressure, hey? They've got targets. The question is, who's running the machine? Who's leading the people? Who's minding the heart? If everybody's so busy just on money, 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 who's looking after the human element properly, to the value of what the investment is in your people? So I promised to show you some blind spots. Anybody here got no blind spots? Promise you we all got. This is a 3D picture. You might be looking at some things, but you don't see the full picture. And that's what talking to any one of these guys out here as experts, or me from the human element, is we're able to see right into your machine. We're able to see further the impact, the consequences, the challenges. And so you want people on your team that can see. Can everybody read this? Who said that? Wow. Ladies, please give her a round of applause. That is mind-bending. You're the first person ever in a group that can read that. It says, I love you. You have to know how to see through the chaos. And this is the thing. When you get people that are experts, they can show you what's happening inside the machine. I'm astounded. Wow. Here's your problem, is you're in your comfort zone, you want to do the same old, nobody wants to change. There's got people in the organization who don't want to change, don't want to adopt new things, like their hands and their heads going, it's of death. You know, do you guys know the boiled frog story? Put a frog in cold water and boil it slowly. The frog's going to say, be reasonable, don't change, stay the same, we'll be okay.
Changes are bad, they belong to die. Old habits.
And the problem is, that frog will boil. And you've got to find a way to bring change into your organization. And at Apple, when they send out a new phone, they don't do change management. Have you seen the queues to get an Apple phone? Days before the people are queuing. And it's a whole new phone with a whole lot of new stuff. You've got to find a way to make change exciting and growth and development exciting. You can't use old ways. You can change habits very quickly. We use NLP or timeline therapy, but we're able to rewire the brains from the inside out. And so you need a mindset that's future fit if you're going to build a high-performance team. Because if you're going to survive, somebody in your organization has to go beyond building to build people, teams, leadership, and culture. And so the question is why? Let me show you why. Because here's your new current competition. The line between winning and losing is now down to milliseconds. Think about the people, mindset, attitude, skill set, teamwork, swim lanes, clarity, meaning, motivation. The bigger picture. Sure, they get a salary, but they're there for a much bigger picture. And so we've got a model. When I look around here as being part of the technology, I see what the people are bringing, and I look at the software. I watched the demo you're going to see just now, and I looked at it and thought, you've got a complex accounting system situation, tracking all of the millions of things that you do. And I watched the software and thought, I would have that. I would make sure that I automate as much as possible with the latest stuff that I can integrate, I can access from anywhere in the world. And then I build my people to be awesome. And so we have a machine that can do that for you. It's not going to cost you anything to talk to the guys and say, come and show me my gaps. Come and show me my blind spots. Because I promise you, they can see further and deeper than you. It's their business. So these are things you can do to build a revolutionary workplace, the big things. It's got to be meaning for people. Make sure you've got the right tech. You need to be adept, agile. Anybody remember COVID? We're going to bring you some secrets. No. So these are the big things that you can do. But if you remember nothing else but this is Google research. What makes a good manager? They try to get away with no leaders and managers. Crashed. First one, be a coach. Coach approach. Stop being a boss down dictatorial leader. Care. Have some heart. And for some of you, it might be a sketch. Have some heart. Life is more than about just business and money and fighting. Create a space where people belong. Anybody been in a business where you didn't feel you belonged? Focus on results because outcomes matter. Make sure you listen and hear the people. Create a place where people can collaborate and communicate and be the best versions of themselves. Be the one that has the expertise to solve the problems, but teach your people how to solve the problems. Make good decisions, but push the decisions down to the lowest level possible. Empower your people, give them accountability, authority, resources, that they can be successful and bring out the best version of themselves. Have clarity in your swim lanes, and make sure that you are growing and learning and transferring knowledge, that if you're not there, it's going to be around for you. So we spoke about adapt agility, and this is the core things of being successful. After negotiate with Marie, I'm going to take a few extra minutes. So adapt agility is like surfing. You know when you're going to surf? Anybody surfed? You get on a surf, there's waves coming the whole time. But you need a board, you need the skill, you need balance, which is going to change the whole time. You need some creativity. You need to be resilient and get up once every surfer crashes. And so adapt agility is a key fundamental for an individual to survive in our new times. Because some of us like surfing, I did, but some people don't. How do you help them handle the new changes and challenges? Because the waves are coming. The old technology has been replaced by the new stuff. This new tech, they don't even need waves anymore. They can surf anywhere, anytime with the new tech. But you need to be aware that the waves are coming. There's going to be impacts and a whole lot of other stuff's going to lock you away. Water issues. Be awake and aware and ready and be able to pivot. Make sure you've got the right technologies. Make sure you've got good, clear, bi-directional communications between people, that you have truth tellers, no one's scared. Build your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is now a critical skill, not an optional skill. And a lot of people don't have access to that. Balance, life-work balance matters. If you're just going to burn your body out for money, not a good choice. You need growth-optimized mindsets in your people as a foundation. Find ways to evaluate that when people come for jobs. Do they have the right mindset? You've got to build a team, because the work is too complex for one person to know everything in the world. Your leadership skills matter. They matter hugely, because leadership and culture impacts all performance. Create a psychologically safe space where people can interact and share and improve and optimize. So in building this organization, please know this. You're going to have people trying to stop you and block you. They might be in your organization, they might be outside your organization, might be legislation, but there are going to be roadblocks on the way. And you're going to have to find a way past them. Resourcefulness, resilience, teamwork. This is what I see very often in organizations, people running on old systems, but they've got all the resources internally, people with the right mindsets and solutions, and they don't use them. And so if you're going to make a change in an organization, I've got resources that can help you transform people, teams, leadership, and culture. You can begin to unleash your people performance. My last words to you is, for those old people or young people who don't want to change, it is a kiss of death. Is gym good for you? Is gym good for your health? Maybe not to her level, but just walking 30 minutes a day reduces your health risk by 30%. Simple things. Most people avoid it. And so here's your challenge. If you're going to allow the older people to stay stuck in their comfort zones and old habits and old routines and old behaviors and old rules, this is what's coming. The line goes, if you don't use it, you are going to lose it. It is the kiss of death to accept the people's excuses to say, I don't want to change. If you love them, encourage, cajole, do what it takes to inspire them. to change and build neuroplasticity. How they're going to have the mental cognitive capacity from 65 to 100 if they haven't been using that and growing and learning and improving. So you have to make a decision, people. You can pretend and stay as you are for the rest of your life, which is not an ideal choice. Or you can join a team. The guys around here and what the resources that we have can help you to build a team that will work together, that will help you get the ball over the line, that will help you to have a better culture, better teamwork, better communication and collaboration, and a system that, sure, you might have challenges, but at the end of the day, you'll always get the ball over the line and win for yourself and for your clients. Thank you. And our superhero is coming to take over from us. He's going to charge me for the extra time.
Absolutely, Tony. And you went overtime, you know, so it's just not normal billing, that's extra billing. Did you all enjoy the talk? Yes. Learn something? Any questions for Tony? Nothing. Oh, there's one question. There's one question, Tony.
Hi, Tony. Thanks for your time today. Your conversation impacted me on a very personal level. I was at a major firm. I've started my own, and everything you said resonates. And so my question is about leaders. How do your superheroes, the ones who fall in your superhero quadrant, they are likely to burn out and break down. And so how do you effectively manage those people to retain them, and does technology play a role in that?
So artificial AI will help you leverage people's time and knowledge and skill. You as a leader, or the heart part of the machine, has to be aware of work-life balance and the internal operations and running. To check in with people. How are you doing? On a scale of 0 to 10, how hard are you running? Sometimes people they're scared of not performing, and so they'll burn themselves up. You as a leader have to go to them and say, excuse me, you're gone for a week, or you're gone for a few days. Because if you burn them out, it's going to be bigger damage. But we have some information. Come talk to me at the back of the room there. We'll be there. You can come and chat to us, and I'll answer and give you all the knowledge I can share in the time that we have. Thank you.
We're going to do a few lucky draws now. So I want to call on currency partners to come up with their lucky draw. I'm about to ask them to, Tony, there's a glass bowl there at the back. You guys can, while we do the other two draws, just collect Tony's